On WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Whether it's a voice call, message, or sending a password. To WhatsApp, it's all just this. So whether you're sharing the streaming password in the family chat or trading those late-night voice messages that could basically become a podcast, your personal messages stay between you, your friends, and your family. No one else. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
With the Venmo debit card, you can Venmo everything. Your favorite band's merch? You can Venmo this. Or their next show? You can Venmo that. Visit venmo.me/debit to learn more. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Card may be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. Venmo purchase restrictions apply.
This is Optimal Living Daily. Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Krista O'Reilly-Davi-Digui of alifeinprogress.ca. And I'm Justin Malik. We're going to get right to today's post as we optimize your life. Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Krista O'Reilly-Davi-Digui of alifeinprogress.ca. The day was bright and clear. I sat in my little living room, chair pulled up close to the big picture window shaded by the mountain ash tree, heavy laden with orange berries. The sun flitted and sparkled as it pushed its way through the branches, spilling wavy patterns over my lap and onto the wooden floor. My mom sat across from me on the couch. She was dying, except in that moment, we still believed there was a chance. I'd always struggled with anxiety, but when my mom was diagnosed, I felt like I started unraveling. The earth slipped on its axis and everything tilted just a little bit to the left. I stumbled along, unsure if I'd ever regain sure footing. I started having panic attacks around that time, except can't recall exactly when they started. Was it before this visit or after? Not every detail is so clear anymore. But there I was, and it was sunny, and the Bohemian waxwings filled the tree just outside my window, my favorite bird. And for a moment, I felt something stir within me. Hope, maybe. Or the realization that the world was still beautiful after all. A flicker of happiness. How strange to feel happy in that moment. Sacrilegious. But she was there with me, talking as we always had, and in that moment, my cup was full. And as I already mentioned, there were the sun and the birds, and they felt like gifts, handpicked and wrapped up special for such a time as this. Reminders that life is never all bad or all good. It's a messy, unwieldy tangle of both, unwilling to be clipped and ordered like the shrubs that border the sidewalks where I walked, foggy with grief after she was gone. In that little imperfect house on that otherwise ordinary day, I learned something that I needed. Not needed like one needs a new cute pair of summer sandals or maybe a set of dishes to replace those that are a little chipped but still entirely functional. What I really mean was desperately needed to survive the aftermath. A glue that would patch me up just enough when I broke and was completely filled up with a nauseating fear, when I began binge eating again to try and numb the pain for just an hour or so in the middle of the night when the horrible dreams came steadily the second I drifted off, when I doubted life would ever be lovely again. It was a quiet moment. We just sat there like old friends, safe and comfortable in each other's presence. We liked each other, so it was easy in a way that has never been easy since she left. But I knew that something significant had just taken place, a slight shift, a knowing that could never be unknown. The tiniest tendril of something had sprouted within me, an awakening, a whisper that I did not exactly understand, but somehow caught the gist of, like when you're learning a new language and you begin to absorb some of its cadence and character. You can't explain how you know, just that you know something to be true. Joy and pain can coexist. Beauty and suffering are old friends. They hang out together all the time. It's possible to feel happiness as someone you love is dying. It was just a taste, a furtive glance, a quick peek, just enough to wet my lips and remind me there was more where that came from. The Waxwings brought it to me. They pretended they were only there to eat the berries, but I saw it. The stroke of vibrant yellow brushed boldly along the tips of their otherwise somber tails. The tiny pop of bright red splashed onto their wings like a creative afterthought. Hope. Hope is the thing with feathers. And then, of course, they were gone, and so was she. And I remember the day, not that long before she left, that she called me on the phone and told me all was well with her soul. All was well with her soul. You just listened to the post titled, Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Krista O'Reilly-Davi-Digui of alifeinprogress.ca. And I'll be right back with my commentary.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
At Sierra, you'll always find apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. But right now, it's clearance time, so you can save even more on everything you need to get active and outside. Visit your local Sierra store today.
Thank you to Krista. A big takeaway there that joy and pain can live in the exact same moment. I think it can be hard for us to wrap our minds around that sometimes. We tend to think in all or nothing terms, like we're having a good day or a bad day. So if we're going through something difficult, it can feel like the whole day is or was off, and there's no room for anything else. But that's not usually how it works. I've done a lot of meditation in my day, something I've talked about many times before on this show. When trying to meditate, we really see how fast the mind is moving. If you take a minute to just see what emotions you're feeling, you might notice that those are bouncing around too. You might be frustrated with someone in 1 second, then maybe angry, then, no, wait, it's kind of sadness. And I don't think that they're just bouncing around, but some sort of coexisting, like Krista said. And I guess what this means is that even on the hardest days, there still might be a small moment of peace if we take the time to notice it. It's not a fix, but it can definitely help us take that next step. So thank you to Krista for this one. Thank you for being here every day and listening all the way through. I'll be back tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.